Overall, I would say, from a European perspective, you can't shrink your way into greatness. And so from that point of view, it would be plain stupid if the UK would leave the EU, both from a UK point of view as well as from a European point of view. For the markets, probably the existing portfolio will have a negative impact, because clearly valuations will adjust accordingly. So in that sense, our UK exposure, as it currently stands, would take a hit.
If really the UK decides to leave, which personally I don't think they will, but let's say they do, the Euro bond market will probably move out of London and move to Frankfurt or somewhere inside the EU zone, right? The UK will have to renegotiate its right to export products to Europe for people to go and work and study and live abroad, to buy holiday homes in Spain. And I mean, a lot of things would change, I think, for the British first, but because Britain is such a large and integrated part of the European economy, obviously it would have knock-on effects that would be negative for everyone.
Yeah, but the problem is that I think that national governments should advocate this much stronger, because we all agree, I agree, but each and every national government wants to be re-elected each and every time, and in all these countries, Euroscepticism is rising, nationalistic feelings are rising, so that's the main difficulty, I think, that, yeah, you need to sort of convince the bigger group of people that in the end this is an advantage to each and every one of us.
As an American operating in Europe, I always have to speak to the Americans about what actually is happening in the EU. What does it mean? What's the issues? And the issue is that Europe is trying very hard in its particular way to become more competitive in what is a very global business and political environment. And it does have to look to China on one side, and it has to look to the United States on the other, and it has to react. And I use the Olympics as an example, primarily because people always talk about China and the US fighting for #1 position in the number of gold medals. In the last Olympics, 2012, it was the United States won with 80, and China with 79. And then I always say to the Americans, and do you know how many the EU had? Pause. 330. 330 in the EU countries altogether. It is much better to be together.